This isn't a sad story, it's a celebration of our life together. Lynne tolerated me and she was my filter. Well, there's no filter today. Lynne would usually tell me that idea needs more work or it's just not funny. But today there's no one to stop me. I want to share with you how we became the package deal known as Rick and Lynne. So what you're about to hear is Rick and Lynne Unplugged. I met Lynne at a cable co-workers party in July 1984. We started talking and it felt easy right away. We talked for a little while. At one point I went to refill my wine and accidentally spilled red wine on the host's sister's white shoes. I was so embarrassed I apologized and retreated far away to the upstairs. Lynne came looking for me, wondering where I'd gone. She found me upstairs and I explained my faux pas and embarrassment. She understood and laughed, and we just kept talking the rest of the night. I often wish I met her earlier, but I think life lined up things exactly right for us. In 1975, Lynne and her family lived in Brooklyn, New York. She was married to a man named Richard. This is an artist's rendering. It was not a happy marriage. She told me about the incidents that summed up how awful he was. One involved not being allowed to buy a simple clock radio for work. Lynne said she stayed mainly for the health insurance, and once she recovered from her surgery, it was adios amigo. The entire family moved to Houston in 1980 to follow Steve's podiatrist practice. So into Lynne's life came this younger, non-Jewish guy, me. She once told me that since I wasn't Richard, her family accepted me just as I was. That gave us the freedom to start our life together with no conditions attached. We saw each other almost every day and went to the movies constantly. I could watch a movie repeatedly over and over again, but not Lynne. At the start of 1985, she went with me to see Beverly Hills Cop 3 times. After that, she told me she really didn't like seeing a movie more than once. I said, "Got it, we won't do that again." But looking back, the fact that she went along for those extra 2 times, even though she didn't want to, told me something. She wanted to be with me. I never asked her to see a movie twice again unless she'd forgotten about it. But looking back, I realized what that really meant. She wasn't there for the movie, she was there for me. Her apartment had a tiny 19-inch TV, 12 cable channels, and one fancy channel called the Movie Channel. I worked for Warner Amex at the time, which then became Time Warner Cable, which happily meant free cable. Today that'd be about $300 a month, but back then it was more like $80 a month. So when we moved into our 2-story townhouse, of course it had to be in the cable area, I unofficially took on the role of entertainment supervisor. And that title, let's say it stuck for life. After a year and a half in the townhouse, Lynne started asking where things were going. I was nervous. My first marriage hadn't gone well, but she wanted to know where her life was headed. And I realized I couldn't picture my life without her. Lynne and I didn't have a traditional proposal. There wasn't a ring box or a dramatic moment. Just the 2 of us talking, deciding that we were in this together. It was simple, honest, and it fit who we were. We got married on January 31st, 1986 at a courthouse. We joked for years that we might not legally be married because the judge talked so fast we didn't catch a word he said. Still, over the years I'd notice it. Watching a movie or a show, I'd catch that look from her. The one that said she never got that down on one knee moment. And I remember her saying once softly, "I never got that." And she was right. But we stayed together for more than 40 years. So maybe we didn't have that fancy proposal, but we had the whole marriage. Every day I tried to make moments count, to say I love her, to do little things that mattered. And that, I think, was worth more than any movie scene. At least that's what I told myself. May 1986, we bought our first home in Bear Creek. That was the start of our real life together. Lynne loved books, mysteries, movies, and television. I got her hooked on Star Trek. Since she loved mysteries and we both loved movies, we thoroughly enjoyed the Thin Man movie franchise of the 1930s and 40s. I got to love the murder mystery franchise that Lynne loved. On the Thin Man movie, we were our own Nick and Nora, trading wisecracks and sharing adventures. Lynne read a lot of books. I timed it. She could finish one in 3 days. Bear Creek was right next to a 72-hole golf course, so we learned to golf. Well, it wasn't really golf. It was more like hitting the ball and waiting for the girl with the beer cart to come by. We enjoyed our life there for 3 decades. I have taken a few self-help courses together. One of them was a Tony Robbins seminar. Tony said something that stuck with us. He said, every day come up with 3 ways to build your income. It wasn't about greed, it was about staying creative and finding opportunity. At that time, I've already written a program that sends clients their airtimes by fax, and we both started wondering, what if we could take something that I built for work and make it useful for others? That was the seed of Pickle Programs, and why the name Pickle? Well, I've always been pretty handy around the house. I can fix the washer, wire up the equipment, patch or repair just about anything. Lynne's mother used to call out, Rick'll do this or Rick'll do that. Before long, our friends was calling me Rick'll too. Lynne, being Lynne, did not want to call me what everyone else did, so she came up with her own twist, Pickle, and it stuck. Years later, at a trade show in Utah for the Cable Advertising Bureau, a couple gentlemen came over from another table and asked, how did we come up with a name? Lynne smiled and said, it's just something I came up with. They laughed and they told her they'd pay $10,000 for a marketing firm to try to come up with a name, and they couldn't come up with anything clever as Pickle. That made her day. We were headed to San Antonio every other month, staying with Chancey and Jay, playing cards, dominoes, and swimming in their pool. We realized we were having more fun in San Antonio than in Houston, so we made the decision to look for a house in that area. We moved in 2016 after selling our Whispering Falls house, and then 3 months later, Hurricane Harvey came and flooded out our old neighborhood. Our old neighborhood was on the national news. We joked that we could never win the lottery or hit it big at a casino because we already cashed in, finding the perfect place. Living in Osprey Oak was our favorite chapter. We traveled with Brian and Deb through Canada by train. We did road trips to Albuquerque to see Pat and Margaret. There was something more about spending time with the people we loved and the journey rather than searching for something else.